weekdays on Fox Philadelphia.
Good evening, I'm George Mallet.
And I'm Jill Chernikoff. Police say accused killer and kidnapper Donald Flagg might have struck before. And that's first on Fox tonight. Investigators have widened their probe of Donald Flagg. He's already charged with killing funeral home director Anthony Puglisi and kidnapping and raping Puglisi's wife, Deborah. Today, Delaware State Police spent hours searching Flagg's Newark home, looking for clues that might link him to several other murders and attacks. Bruce Gordon has the latest.
Investigators got a surprise when they removed the padlocks from Donald Flagg's front door this morning. A pair of house cats trapped inside since the place was sealed last weekend. It was here, say police, that Flagg raped and tortured his kidnapped victim, Deborah Puglisi, after murdering her husband in the couple's home. Now, with Flagg behind bars at Gander Hill Prison, investigators used a newly granted search warrant to look for clues that could tie Flagg to several unsolved rapes and murders in Newcastle County, including the October '97 killing of Virginia Gilson, whose body was dumped off Stanton Christiana Road. State police spent the morning vacuuming rugs to collect hair and clothing fibers and conducting a room-to-room search for bloodstains invisible to the naked eye.
They'll spray a chemical reagent in the room, then they'll darken the room, and then when this reagent reacts with blood splatters or blood stains, it will bring this to light, so you'll be able to identify where the spots are and maybe take samples.
Deborah Puglisi has remained out of sight since the Monday funeral for her husband. She is still recovering from lacerations on both arms and legs, nerve damage to her hand, and a broken toe, all suffered during 4 harrowing days held captive in Flagg's home.
Because I survived my ordeal...
Today, in a statement issued through the family attorney, Deborah Puglisi thanked the public for its support and played down her own heroism.
I want everyone to know the 2 things that kept me going after I learned that my husband was murdered. My faith in God and the overwhelming desire to see my children.
It may be days, perhaps weeks, before evidence recovered here today leads to any firm answers on other cases, but investigators are in no hurry. After all, the man under their microscope isn't going anywhere. In Newark, Delaware, Bruce Gordon, Fox News.
A memorial fund has been established to help the Puglisi's 19-year-old twins, Michelle and Michael, to complete college. Donations can be sent to the Puglisi Fund at Suite 1130, 300 Delaware Avenue, Wilmington, Delaware. The zip code there is 19801.
A 20-year-old Texas college student is already out of intensive care after having his heart, for lack of a better term, rebuilt. On Monday, doctors took Guy Altman's heart out, cut away a lemon-sized tumor, rebuilt the damaged organ, and reimplanted it. A hospital spokeswoman says Altman is doing very well and could be released sometime next week. And a touching story is unfolding in outer space. Okay, it's not that touching. As you know, the crew of the Space Shuttle Columbia is conducting experiments with the help of dozens of rats. Well, one of the little rat's electronic caps came off and its brain electrodes came out. Concerned the head wound might become infected, NASA ordered astronaut Richard Linehan, the onboard vet, to kill the rat. But Linehan refused. He reports the rat is happy and appears to be healthy. Why, that shouldn't be taken for granted, because Columbia rocketed into space with 96 baby rats, 52 of which have already died because of maternal neglect.
Another shooting inside a school, this one at a Buffalo, New York elementary school. Shots rang out when a sheriff's deputy walked in and shot his estranged wife just after she dropped off 2 of their children. Terrified students watched as 30-year-old Norma Roman was shot several times and died. A teacher's aide, Margaret Beals, was also shot, but she's in good condition tonight. Investigators say the shooter, 37-year-old Juan Roman, is an Erie County deputy sheriff. He joined the department in 1987, and he had been working at the Buffalo jail. The Camden County Prosecutor's Office says it's getting a handle on the problem of bomb threats at a local school. Today, Prosecutor Lee Solomon joined officials from Overbrook Regional High School to talk about the progress that's being made. Police have made 21 arrests in the 25 bomb scares called into the high school since the beginning of this year. Investigators say they're still very concerned about this problem, and they have some words of warning for the culprits.
We will get them, and we'll get every one of them, and we'll prosecute every one of them, and their lives will be forever changed to a far greater degree than the students that go to this school or the teachers that work in this school.
Police say no bombs were ever found at the school. Still, a number of measures have been taken to ensure everyone's safety.
Investigators are looking for a possible mob connection in the presumed death of a Philadelphia man. Stephen Alexander's severed arm was found in this trash dumpster in Trenton. A former homicide investigator in Philadelphia says Alexander was tied to but never charged in the 1981 slaying of a New Jersey mobster. But members of Alexander's family living in Northeast Philadelphia say Alexander had no enemies. Trenton police aren't taking that much stock in the possible mob connection. They believe Alexander, a regular at Atlantic City casinos, was killed because of recent activities rather than his past.
Yesterday, television stations in California aired live pictures of a man committing suicide on a freeway overpass. Viewers were naturally horrified that they and their children witnessed the gruesome death live on television.
Especially since some of the stations had broken into children's programming to air the event live. As Jane Wells reports today, the backlash against the television stations is growing.
What we understand, and also
it was played out on the symbol of Los Angeles, the freeway.
If you want to get on television, you get on the freeway.
How much ammunition he has hasn't been addressed yet.
It became news when the driver fired at least one shot, forcing a freeway shutdown right during rush hour.
No traffic on the freeway in any direction.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
It became an issue when the man ended up committing suicide.
Oh, he may have just taken his own life.
Nearly every LA TV station was on live when Daniel Jones committed suicide. 2 stations cut into children's programming. Jones was upset with his HMO, and just when the standoff looked like it would last for hours, he lit a cigarette, accidentally setting off Molotov cocktails in his truck. He ran out, tearing off his flaming clothes, but the fire killed his dog in the truck. Jones soon stepped up to the edge of the freeway as if to jump. Instead, he went back to his truck, got his shotgun, and killed himself.
It all happened so quickly that it left us unable to do anything about it. I cannot begin to tell you the remorse and the terrible feeling that's been eating me up. I haven't slept very well.
It's not as if television has never broadcast live pictures of people dying before. Suicides, though, on television are usually off limits. Was the suicide a surprise? When Jones stepped up to the freeway overpass, some stations zoomed in, while others pulled out wide.
Because I think that there was time in this case to anticipate that there'd be a problem, which we did.
KTTV apologizes to our viewers.
KTLA shares with its viewers their distress.
What's the apology for? Come on, this was news.
Newsrooms across town debated issues of taste, censorship, and what makes news.
There are going to be newsroom meetings over policy issues on that. But in another sense, the bottom line may be the bottom line. How well did we fare on this? Did we lose advertisers? Did we lose viewers?
And while newsrooms debate how to handle the next incident, executives remind viewers they have a choice too.
Hey, turn the TV off if you don't like it. There's a button. It says on and off. Turn it off. Just turn it off.
In Los Angeles, Jane Wells, Fox News.
Well, a little bit later in the hour during a special Fox Files report, we'll take a closer look at police standoffs. In particular, we'll examine the impact standoffs have on children, sometimes caught in the crossfire. Well, another day of on-again, off-again rain, but still warm, huh?
Yeah, and the weekend's supposed to be kind of mezza-mezza. You know what I mean, Rob?
Yeah, I know what you mean exactly. If I'm over here. Here we are. Hello, everybody. Good evening. It looks like we do have some showers on the way for the weekend, but you know what? It's not going to be a washout. Keep that in mind. Let's take a look at the numbers so far today. Very muggy out there. You can tell it by the hairdo. 68 degrees this afternoon, 58 this morning, and the rain so far, 0.05 of an inch. All right, tomorrow morning, starting off your weekend, a few showers in the morning and clouds, but we may get some sunshine by the afternoon. We'll start off on the warm side at around 60 degrees. I'll have the entire weekend forecast coming up a little later. Back to you.
All right, Rob, thanks. Coming up next, a famous leader of the Black Panthers dies in California.
Children become innocent victims in tense standoffs. We'll take a closer look.
And a visual trip down memory lane through the eyes of a Philadelphia shutterbug. More on these stories when the Fox 10 o'clock news continues.
Diamonds, the gift that lasts forever. The jewelry factory in Norristown imports all their diamonds direct. They carry thousands of diamonds, most with GIA or EGL certs, and all at guaranteed lowest prices. 1-carat solitaires start at $5.99. The jewelry factory makes all their jewelry in their state-of-the-art factory and has hundreds of rings, bracelets, earrings, and invisible settings. Only the jewelry factory in Norristown guarantees all their jewelry to appraise for at least double, that's right, double the purchase price. Buy factory direct and save. The jewelry factory in Norristown.
With my family, I'm always cleaning the floors. Some mops I use made me bend down, get my hands wet, or...